All right, you guys, hello. So I wanted to briefly make this audio, and it's titled Real Sisterhood is Not a Cult. And what I mean is, over the years, I've just listened to a lot of specifically black women talking about this sisterhood and how they want this sisterhood. Okay, but what I've also noticed is a lot of black women trying to tell other black women what to do, trying to tell other black women how to wear their hair, telling other black women who they should date, telling other black women, what they should wear. And you know where I'm going with this. Okay. So what I noticed just from observation is that there is a cult like mindset going on, whether it's pro black, no matter what side it is. It could be pro black, it could be the other side of pro black, even the yoni goddesses or whatever you call them. I just noticed a cult like mindset. There still doesn't seem to be any room for individual thinking. Okay. And what I noticed is that even when it was a couple of years ago, I used to be in these little Facebook groups with other black women. Um, I just would notice if your thought was different, if you disagreed, if your thought was different than what most of the people in the group might have agreed on, then you were seen as a person that was problematic. Okay. And then, then we hear about, oh, well, where's the sisterhood? Well, the problem with black sisterhood is that black women are not being respected for their differences. Okay. Other than the fact that black women are not supported in their trauma. Okay. There's other reasons why there can't be a real black sisterhood, but a major one to me is that black women cannot be respected for their differences. Okay, so you have black women who like black men, you have black women who like non-black men, and you got so many different black women that have a problem with your preferences. You got black women who are religious, you got black women who are not religious, and you got some black women who have an issue with you not believing in a certain deity, and then you have other black women that criticize you for believing in that deity. It's just too much control going on. I think it's just too much control there. Okay, it just seems like a lot of women among this group cannot allow a person to be an independent thinking person. Okay. You have to be race first. You have to be for this cause, or you have to hate Donald Trump, or something is wrong with you. Just about so many black people that I come across in person, you literally have to hate Donald Trump in order for them to want to be bothered with you. Okay, and you have to love Obama. But that's what I'm saying, though. The real, and I made an audio about molestation too. That's another huge issue about that too. As a lot of black women do protect predators, they do protect rapists and child molesters. And so as long as you have a group of women who are going to protect people who rape, abuse, molest, and commit crimes, then that's a serious issue. Those are the real enemies right there, because they're protecting the real criminals. But aside from that, not every single black woman is like that. So that's what I'm saying, is that the hugest problem I'm seeing is there's a lack of room for black women to be individuals and use their own individual mind. It's like you literally have to think like a cult to be accepted. And what I notice is that when you go against the grain, when it comes to a lot of black women in this cultish like thinking, when you go against the grain, it's almost like they want you to feel the pain of them disagreeing with you. Okay. And so this is why I have suggested for in a few audios that it's time for a lot of black women at this time because nothing's going to happen. There won't be any real black women elevation. You have few black women elevating. Don't get me wrong. Some black women are waking up and they moving on. Okay, but for the most part, you won't see a real unity in black women like you see amongst other groups of people like Asians and other groups. You won't see a real unity um, until the other little ones grow up, okay? And it's going to take a person to reach like little girls who are 5, 6 years old to expose the truth to them and, let them know the importance of putting themselves first. And the reason why I say it's going to take them to grow up because they're not so indoctrinated. A lot of these ladies are so indoctrinated with the level of abuse that they've dealt with from childhood and up, physical and mental abuse. And then this cultish mentality. It's so the levels of indoctrination and abuse is so deep that it's going to take to reach the little girls that have not been so affected yet. Even if some of them have been inappropriately touched in any kind of way, might have been molested, there's still a chance to reach them. Okay. But yeah, that's all I want to say. But yeah, I also started this channel, with the hopes of a black woman supremacy, but not with the cultish mindset. I'm talking about with the hopes of starting a lot of businesses and I can stand to learn a lot too, about finances, putting our minds together. We don't have to be best friends. That's another thing is we don't have to be best friends. And I think with a lot of black women, it's like you have to have so much in common with them. Okay. And it's not what I learned from observing other groups of people. You don't have to be best friends. The common goal is to want to see your group rise and be powerful. So you don't have to be best friends and have so much in common and go along with the groupthink of wearing purple on the same day. Okay? Only liking non-black men, only liking black men. See, it's that little silly petty stuff, high school stuff right there that really stop black women from really being a superpower. Worrying about little petty stuff, about little personal choices that black women have. Stop from being the superpower that you can be. And when I say superpower, I don't mean saving everybody else. I'm talking about saving yourself and being powerful on your own. Black women being powerful themselves without having to go and save everybody else. I don't mean a superpower as in they go and build up the black community because I'm completely against black women building up the black community. I'm totally against it because the black community was for the men to build up, not for no women. So I am 100% against black women building up the black community. When I say be powerful and be a superpower, I mean separate. And I mean the women and the men, not just the men. Separate from them and establish your own supremacy, but separate from people who let the community go underwater or who still continues to have that mindset. Separate from them. But it's so hard to do because there's so much petty thinking that this cultish mindset black women have to go along with every little single group think. And you have to be friends and it's just so high schoolish. Okay. But that's all I want to say. This is just something I observed over the years. And you guys let me know